Hi guys, my name is Mustafa Convict. I'm known by Mustafa Convict on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, all my social media, Mustafa Convict. But my real names are Wako Hassan Boru. And I am a motorcycle enthusiast. I love bikes. I love two wheels down. I love enjoying. The wind is my guidance and the road is my prayer. And I'm a fan of bikes. I love traveling around the world. And recently, I did a trip all the way from South Africa to Kenya. In South Africa, I want to enjoy the South African roads. This is my dream, guys. I've never gone to those countries, but it will be my first time ever. So I'll pick the bike and I'll ride it all the way from South Africa to Kenya. Nothing much. Inshallah, now let's arrive and then everything else we shall going to discuss once we are there. I took a flight from Kenya all the way to South Africa. And then it was 2 wheels down from South Africa. I crossed 5 countries. I crossed South Africa, and I've done 2,000 kilometers within South Africa because South Africa is one of those countries that has one of the best roads network. You take your bike, you roll the engine and you start moving. Maybe you'll stop after 600-700 kilometers. The roads are perfect, wide, good. Only the challenge is speed. You cannot speed in South Africa. There's a maximum speed limit that you have to go. Otherwise, it's easy for you to get a ticket. And if you get a ticket in South Africa, it's very, very tough because you are going to be penalized and you can even be put in jail. So I was going easy, but the roads were telling me to go full blast. But because of the discipline and reading the signpost, I had to reduce. So when I left Kenya, I knew that I'm going to achieve my dreams, that my time has come. When I left home, I carried my things. It was around 1 a.m. at night. So I didn't have sleep because there was an interruption that in the middle of the night, I need to pack and start going. So I packed everything, my helmet, jacket, everything. I had a Nigeria bag. Funny thing, and most people were like, this guy where is he going with the Nigeria bag? And then packed everything, went to JKIA, it was at night, and then got there, it was super raining, very cold and everything, but I had everything ready. So I went straight, get checked, and then now my luggage were tied, now ready. So I went to the lounge and I chilled, just ordered some food and stayed there for a couple of minutes. So at that time I started feeling sleepy because I'm not that person that stays awake at night. I'm usually having my sleep complete. Well, I'm going to be busy in South Africa, and then after that I will start my journey back to Kenya, inshallah. And I want to appreciate all people who have really supported me, like Pastor Sami. Thanks Maze. Thanks Pastor. Namu appreciate sana Pastor Sami Maze. Ni mse wa nguvu sana. So that was like one of the biggest challenges. So I met with somebody who said that he resides in Livingstone. So when that guy heard about my story, that I'll be riding motorbike from South Africa to Kenya, he was so amazed. He was so amazed. And he said, it's such a nice initiative. I'd like to meet you in Livingstone. I said, fine, you can take my number. When I'm coming back, we can meet. So that's how we started. And then we went straight, took the flight. That was 6 Kenyan time. But we are relying on Southern African time. At that time, it was 6 Southern African time. They are actually 1 hour ahead of us, like 1 hour ahead of us. So we took the flight. It was 6 something, but for them, it was 5:30. Here it's, okay, it's 5 sharp. But when we take the flight, it was 6. But their time there, they are waiting for us. It's actually 1 hour ahead of us. So after we took the flight, we moved from JKIA up to Lilongwe. where we reached Lilongwe safe by 8:30 Kenyan time. But there it was 7:30 in the morning. It was very early. So we got out, started going to outside Kidogo, like 30 minutes to prepare for the second flight that was supposed to fly us from Malawi up to a place called Blantyre. And that's where my biggest problem started. Because when we arrived at Blantyre, we were told that the flight is the same that will take us to Johannesburg. But at Lilongwe, you know, we changed flight and we took another flight that connected us to Blantyre, just a small town within Malawi. So I got out and then I started moving. I even forgot that my luggage are there. So I started looking for another aeroplane that will take me to Johannesburg, where I was supposed to rely on the same aeroplane. I think that's where the confusion started. So I met somebody then, and then I asked that person, I'm going to Joburg and I'm looking for this flight. He told me, no, I saw you on the aeroplane. Go back. That is the aeroplane that you're supposed to stick with until you arrive to Johannesburg. I got so confused. So I started asking him, so where is the direction? By that time I had moved very far, something like 5 minutes walk. Then he said, no, you need to run. Even the flight is going. Even me, I need to go. Let's rush together. So I got a company. We moved so quickly. We got into the aeroplane, and that's it now. The aeroplane started moving all the way to Johannesburg. So the only challenge there is that me connecting, I didn't know there's a point that it will reach. You are not supposed to connect. So we moved up to Joburg. The aeroplane that we were served some really delicious, nice food. We enjoyed everything there. It was beautiful. And then knowing that I'm going to make sure my dream is coming true. So after that, we arrived in Joburg, and then the person who's supposed to receive me told me that when you arrived, take a SIM card of South Africa and then give me a call. By that time, I had made so many friendships around the airport. So I changed my line and I started putting the South Africa line, which is now the Vodafone. I called this guy and then he requested me an Uber from where he was, like 40 kilometers from Johannesburg to the place that I am, Tembo International Airport. So I arrived, and the first thing that I asked him, where is the bike? He said, no, I'll show you, the bike is here. So after that, he took me there. I saw the bike, and this is the first time that I fell in love with a motorcycle. I looked at that bike, it was new, perfect, running, smooth, everything good. I told this guy, this is my dream bike. I've traveled all the way from Kenya. I took a flight for this bike. Do you know, I've never taken a flight for a woman, for a lady, just to go and see her. I've never done that. But I've received so many offers to go and see them, but it has never happened. Then I told this guy, that's how conviction powerful my dreams are. I took a flight for 5 hours to come, pick my bike, and then 2 wheels down, riding through 5 countries, which is now South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya. I looked at it and I said, this bike will make it easy, possible, riding all the way these African countries with all that weather. I'm ready to face. And that's how I arrived in South Africa to chase and pick my dream bike. And after that, everything changes. How the bike was handling everything, how people there were taking me. It was super nice. My host was so happy, amazed. He understands that I've come from Kenya, and these bikes cannot be found easily. So the only way you can get them is in South Africa. So he told me, my brother, I wish you all the best, because this bike, this is nothing but the perfection of what you're going to use on the road. 2 wheels down from South Africa to Kenya. Big Mustafa Adventure Rider.